Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hotdogs and Aliens podcast. I'm your host, Ragged. Today's episode is on electric fans. Let's get it started. So, electric fans, right? True, magnificent engineering by man, right? It's the blades, they spin, they blow that cold air on you. It's perfect, right? But, sometimes the electric fan, sometimes that's not enough, right? Like, what else can you use an electric fan for? Can you use it for flying? Like, how many electric fans does it take to fly, or how fast do they have to be spinning? Now, that's what we need. We need someone to calculate that, right? Or, like, what else can you use an electric fan for? Can you use it to chop fruit, vegetables, right? Can you lose a finger to an electric fan, right? These are all questions that have been asked worldwide many times through history. Those cavemen were like, electric fan, how fast it spin. Electric fans are true engineering, peak engineering of the human race, right? But, like, what if electric fans weren't electric? Like, what if you got, like, a wood powered fan, right? So, wood powered fan, right? You get the wood at the bottom and the smoke rises, right? And it starts spinning the blade, right? Like, how strong would the fire have to be for the blades to provide enough spin to cool you down? Or would it cool you down, right? Would the heat transfer from the smoke to the blades? Would that cause hot air, right? This is true questions asked. Or desk fans. Desk fans are electric fans, but they're tinier. I prefer them, right? Because electric fans, sometimes they can be big, sometimes loud, with that turning, uh, right? But the tiny desk fans, right? They're tiny, right? You can put them on your desk, on a shelf, turn it on while you're sleeping. Don't have to worry about it exploding, unless you buy it from certain retailers, right? So, what if, like, you got, like, a ton of fans, like, a ton of fans, like, oh, you're my number one fan, but, like, a ton of fans, right? Like, then what if you got, like, an army of fans to, like, blow people away, right? So you get, like a wind shield, like an electric fan on a shield, and you just start, like, blowing the enemies away, right? That would be true peak engineering, right? Like the US military, rather than making stealth tanks and stuff, they need to make windshields, right? They can truly blow the enemy away, right? Now, think of how threatening that would be. You're getting chased by a soldier, and he's using wind against you. Just wind, right? So, like, what if you could make fans blow other things? Like, what if you could make them blow perfume, right? Like, think of how that would change the beauty industry, right? Like, whoosh, right? Spread it everywhere, right? It's like a birdshot, right? Goes whoosh everywhere rather than one precise target, right? So you have more likely of getting the perfume or whatever men use, cologne, right? You get high, closer, right? You get more of it on you, right? More spread out, right? Rather than just right? It's but you don't buy it in a can, right? Because the can's too air pressurized unless you're making a flamethrower, which you shouldn't do. But so, like, electric fans, like, could you launch a spaceship with an electric fan? Like, let's say you're in space and you turn on an electric fan. Like, are you going anywhere? Like, where's Neil deGrasse Tyson to tell me about fans in space? Right? Like, if I grab a fan in space and I start spinning, how will my momentum work? Like, if I grab it and start spinning, will we move? Well, can I spin in space? These are all questions asked by SpongeBob, my SpongeBob. So, electric fans. Electric fans are truly peak engineering, right? Like, electric fans, they're widely sold if you don't have one, I highly recommend an electric fan, especially a desk fan, a little metal one, so you don't put your fingers inside the blade. I know you've tried it. Or even speaking into a fan, right? Speaking into a fan and your voice goes all Mr. Roboto, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Everybody has spoken into an electric fan, right? But like that's why they're better than ceiling fans. Like ceiling fans are cool until you start like turning on an old one and you think it's gonna fall down. That's why electric fans, right? Because like an electric fan, it's like, hey, you can't hurt me, right? So what if you got like a tunnel of electric fans and mounted them on your ceiling, but not like they're supposed to? Like you just get like a one of the ones that like your an average elementary school has, like when it's a hot summer day and it's like, ooh, we should bust out the electric fan that's 40 years old. Like what if you taped like 5 of those to your ceiling? That I would love to see that. True, that would be peak efficientness, right? Now, electric fans, right? I'm a fan of electric fans. I think most people are fans of electric fans, right? See, but now how do you get an electric fan without electricity? Or how do you generate the electricity for the electric fan? Let's say you're stranded in Zimbabwe. So you're in Zimbabwe, the savannah, and it's like, ooh, I need a fan. So, right? You have an electric fan, that's it, right? And actually you have clothes, right? So you could either, right? You could do friction momentum stuff where you spin the blade, right? Like a fidget spinner, right? Try to get it as fast as you can, right? Or you could do some other scientific stuff, right? Watch an episode of Bill Nye, right? About electricity or something, right? Or get like some water, right? The waterfall to push it, so then it spins because the momentum, right? So, or like, what if fans were like, what if you make like a really big, what is the world's biggest electric fan? It's probably in like a nuclear facility or something, like one of those power plants. I don't know. I want someone tell me in the comments where the biggest fan is. Actually, let me Google that right now. Okay, we're gonna find out where the biggest fan. Where is the biggest electric fan? Okay, apparently it is. Oh, God damn. It is. What is the bro? Yes, let's just click on this. Definitely a credible source. Those are just electric fans. Okay, well, according to this, best fans, our pick, what? Vornado 630 medium air circuit, powered and powered durability. No, I'm looking for like a really big one, like something. I'm not looking for best fans. Well, I can't find it. Someone can find me the world's biggest electric fan, right? Looking Guinness or something, right? Or someone makes it, right? That would be epic. The world's biggest electric fan, right? Well, electric fans, right? They're truly magnificent, right? Like, what else could you do with an electric fan? Like, what if you just like cooled down your CPU, computer? I don't know, I'm not a computer guy, but like just with an electric fan, like you get them all lined up around it and you turn them all on, right? What if you have like your computer in a different room, but it's hooked up by wires, so you don't have to deal with the woo when it starts heating up, when the fans are starting to turn on because you're playing Skyrim with 80 mods, Or like, what if someone made like a really strong VR headset, like, but it had no wires, something similar to the Quest, but it could play like Steam VR games with like, that would be amazing, right? No wires, right? Basically a computer inside your face, not inside, you know what I mean, right? But that with an electric fan inside, right? So when you start sweating because you're playing a sports game, right? Then it just right turns on, starts blowing on your face, right? You're nice and cool. you're playing a game, or if it's windy in the game, right? That electric fan really brings in the immersion. It's like 4D, right? Now, what if an electric fan, like, has anyone ever been killed by an electric fan? Who knows, right? Like, who's accidentally been murdered by an electric fan, right? Like, how? How would you? Like, would you trip and fall on it? Would it be on? Would you just, like, it be an accident, like you tripped over it and fell? Does that count? No, but I want one where, like, the fan attacked them. Like, the blades or something. Or, like, someone used it to... This isn't good, but what if someone murdered someone with an electric fan? Like, as a blunt weapon? Or is he just like, ooh, electric fan, toss? Right? That would be epic. Like bowling with an electric fan. Someone needs to do that. Bowling with an electric fan. Or like, you know those little fans that you can like plug into your phone? And those are so weird, right? I used to have one. Then it like exploded or something. No, it didn't explode, but I lost it. Right, you know? But those are some weird things, right? Because they're like mini electric fans, right? So, like, what if, how many of those, like, what is the world's smallest electric fan, right? Like, it has to be something made by, it's probably something like that, you know, something you plug into, like, your phone or, like, your, if this is for old phones, but the headphone jack or something, if that would even work, I don't know. Well, I think I've spent enough time on this topic. Next episode, we're probably going to talk about anime. I'm not really a fan of anime. I just kind of wanted to talk about it. I know, like, I know two animes. Probably it's, let's see. Actually, I'm not going to tell you till next episode. Yes, well, Ooga Booga!